Afternoon, I've got eyebrows on and I don't give a shit. Let me just tell you that much. I don't care. I've had a right morning this morning and it's not even 12 o'clock. I'm sweating. I just went to the forest and there's so many people here visiting, I cannot bear it. Because I live in the New Forest in Hampshire and we don't get a chance to use this place on our own because we have so many visitors come here. They're feeding the horses and they're not supposed to be. They're touching the horses. Their dogs are chasing the horses. It was doing my head in and I will lose it when people are like that because it's just thick. It says, don't feed the horses, don't touch the horses. So that's why I look like this. I just went out to the forest and I thought, I let Karma out and he was just so panicky because there's so many people there and people are looking at me because obviously I've got an XL bully with a muzzle on, but I live here. So I came home. So I'm not in the best of moods, sorry, but I'm not. I can't stand it. In the summer, people come down here and they come to Bournemouth, yeah? And I'm not joking. When they leave the beaches, you should see the amount of crap they leave on the beach. We don't leave crap on the beach. They have bonfires in the forest. They, leave all their rubbish everywhere. The year before last, they came down. And what they did? They were parking on the roundabouts because there was nowhere to park. And on the way out, they were throwing their rubbish up on people's balconies. And we live here. It's just atrocious. So this year I've just gone out and I've noticed that they blocked off all the parking bits. So now they're going to charge as well £40, to park in the forest. So while we live here, we've got to pay the same. It's ridiculous. So we can get what's it called? It's like a yearly pass we can get to park in the forest, but they're upping that as well because people are buying that while they're down there, coming back and then using it. It's messing it up, people that live here. So, I'm having a rant, babes, but it makes a change. I've not got to listen to you ranting. I'm only joking. So anyway, I'm Kerry, if you ain't been here before. I'm a psychic intuitive reader. I'll give you messages directly from the divine, from your angels and yours. So you will be, you would have been guided here if you haven't seen me before. If you're new, welcome. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to like the video. It does help my channels. So I ain't got my teeth in today. I can't be bothered. I wore my plate yesterday and I couldn't taste any food and it was just so uncomfortable. So I told you before, be yourself. People don't like it, you can bugger off. It's not about what I look like. It's about who I am and what I can do for you. So let's see. Relax. Angels and ancestors, come into my space. Protect me during the reading. In Jesus' name, amen. So let's see what we got today. Well, I didn't do my howdy doody today because I'm not in a howdy doody mood. I'm not. Oh, right. So we have U-O-B-T. About. If we had the A, we'd have about. So we got about, tout. You might like to do a bit of touting. You might be a taxi driver that does some touting. That's what we call it in England. When you go off where you're working and you pick people up, you're not supposed to. Touting's illegal. But you might need a tow as well. Not as in a tow job. Why did I say tow job? You might need a tow as in your car. You might be out. You might need to go out more. Out and about. Like me, where I just gone to the forest, but then I went out and about and I came back again. I'm happy at home. I am, seriously. I'm happy at home. So, T-U. Definitely got out. Get out. You might have said to someone, get out. Get out. Out. That's what I'm hearing. Out. You might have said that to somebody. Right. Let's leave them ones there, my little darling. So I hope you're well. I hope you have a good day no matter what you're doing today. I want to do something different today. Guide me, angels. Where shall we go today? I don't want to use my brain too much. That's for definite. I don't. Oh, do you know what I might do for you? We haven't done these for a while, and I really like these. Let's have a look. I like these ones. My Angel Tarot deck. Someone just thought, Helper of Thought flew out for you. 455 as I said that. I will have a shuffle, but this one fell out. Right, so this came up for you yesterday, but not this card saying this. Your life's moving very fast at the moment, and it is. So something might have been on hold, but something that seemed on hold suddenly will require your attention. There's no time to sit and ponder. Right, you've got to get moving. So, review the details as best as you can. You know you will meet someone with very quick mind who instantly grasps what you do or will tell you what to do. This person is both confident and courageous. Now, this could be a helper, or this could be you helping yourself, because there's a man here with just an eagle. You might fly on your own. He's got an eagle in his hand, so you might just fly on your own like an eagle. So helper thought might be you having thoughts about helping yourself, and I am feeling that, because not everybody wants to be in a relationship. I know I don't. So helper of thought. So you might be asking someone or bringing attention to something, or someone might bring attention to you, or you might just bring this attention to yourself. But there's no time to sit and ponder. You've got to get moving, all right? But somebody's going to grasp what you do. So somebody might see what you do and like what you do, but we'll see. We won't say just on the one card. So things are moving anyway. They are. If you haven't seen me before, I'm a collective like you. So I'm only here to relate to you and help you. A win-win solution. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Right, so you might be blending some ideas together. There's strength in diversity. So by blending the ideas of other people, like that you know might be a good thing for you. So you might blend what other people do in with what you do. By doing that, you might come up with a better solution. So start focusing on the aspects that everyone agrees upon, and then open your mind to compromise and working together. So what you want to do is stay balanced and seek out a moderate approach. So you might be sitting there having a chat with somebody. One of you watching me, you might play golf. I've never noticed that on this card before, but I'm seeing like a golfer. So you might play golf, or you might walk somewhere through a golf course, and I'm getting the Cotswolds, and I am, because not that it is the Cotswolds, but they got these walls built in the Cotswolds. They go right in the middle of all the countryside. So when you drive through, all you can see is these walls. It's not just in Cotswolds, you can get them up in York as well. So you might come from a place like, you might even be Scotland, but I can see golf. So you might sit there and talk with somebody who's a little bit older, might be a father or grandfather. This is two men talking to each other. So it might be a win-win situation or a solution. You might speak to somebody. See, this might not even be a relationship, because it's not always relationships I talk about here, and it's not. Right, you might have someone coming in who's a helper, right? It's something you're tackling. And I feel you're a man, because we've got 3 men here, and I feel you're a man. It doesn't have to be, you might be in your masculine energy, so just take it where it fits, okay? But I feel that that's you. Look at the top hat. So this is a man of some substance here. He's quite higher up, but he's actually come to speak to you and took his hat off. So it's somebody that has got a lot of respect for you, he's not sat there like Toffee nose, standing in front of you with his hat on. Look, you're sitting having a conversation, and I'm really feeling this. He's obviously well-to-do, but he's got time to speak to you about something. So you might have something to do with like property, grounds, building, like something to do with someone of authority. I am feeling that. You might be like, where he's got his hand like that, you might be discussing somewhere you live, or some grounds, or some land, or something like that. And I am getting that. You might even be what they call a falconry. Is that what they call it? Please let me know in the comments. Something to do with eagles or birds. I feel you got a right I feel you're very humble, right? And you might not. I feel you're a lot more richer than what you look. Even if it's not money-wise, abundant-wise, you're a lot more richer than what you look. If you're a man and you live like out in the sticks or something, I think you're like very country, but you're quite intelligent and royal, and you know you've got a good lineage, but you might be discussing things. Look at the man there, look, sitting there. See what I mean? But like I said, you might live near a golf course. I love it when it's different, because it don't have to be about love all the time. My channel is not love readings. I'm just guided to whoever comes to see me, then my angels will guide me to you. So, yeah, look, about. So it might be something to do whilst you're out and about. Because we got about, didn't we? In the letters, B-O-U-T, out and about. I think you're going to know what this is about. But I'm going to try and give you a solution. So what is this for? So whatever it is, the solution will be, it's a win-win situation. So a win-win solution. So you might have to blend your ideas with somebody else, with your own and someone else's, okay? You will come up with a solution to do this, but you've got to focus on what everybody else agrees on, okay? If this is a business or something to do with like paperwork that you've sent out, something like that, I don't know, but you will have to work together. You've got to sort of seek a moderate approach to this, but it will move fast. You really need to review the details as best as you can. I feel you're very quick-minded and you grasp a lot quickly, like what you do. You really grasp it. If someone showed you something to do, you would get it really quickly. I'm getting energy. Sorry, burping, but I can't help it. I'm not in the mood to smile today. I'm really not. But I feel all right. I'm getting energy. Angels and ancestors come into my space. They will be coming. You should see some orbs in a minute. Right. Oh, I like this. So we've got a little boy and girl sitting there, the bunny rabbit. And someone is writing a little letter. So this could be memories, all right? You could be in your emotions about something. You might be getting in your emotions a bit about some old memories. Maybe someone you was with. It might be someone you was with when you was at school. You might have had a little girlfriend or a boyfriend when you was at school. You might have been with someone that long, I'm feeling. I feel quite emotional in this card. I don't know why. This might be a brother or sister as well. It says, memories can fill your heart with many emotions. It is important to remember your past accurately, which some of us can't. We can't. Without seeing it as better or worse than it was. So someone you know or someone you used to know is going to return to your life unexpectedly. Now, this could be children or it could be someone you had a child with. Now, children could be an important issue with this, or you may need to reconnect with your inner child, okay? But I'm feeling that you might be getting in your emotions a little bit about, I'm going really goosey. When my children were younger yet, they got older, they gave me a bit of a crap time of it as a mum, and they did. Now, they remember what they remember. I know what I remember, okay? And no, it wasn't perfect, but I was a working mum, okay? And I always give you a little story. It's story time, as one of my women on here always say. Story time! It's story time, guys. So grab your tea, grab your coffee. Pause me if you want. I do this because I'm not a tarot reader. I'm an angel messenger, and I'm here to relate to you, as I always say, all right? Now, I am feeling that you... How can I put this? I want to tell you a story. With my kids, right... When they were younger, there was so much went on in our life because I had a lot of friends when I was younger, and I had a lot of friends. I used to go clubbing, but I worked as well. Always busy, never ever stopped. Used to take the kids out. If ever I had a day off, I wouldn't lay in bed all day. I would be exhausted. I would take the kids out. I would spend a lot of money on them because I had a lot of money back then. And they don't remember things the same as me. Because when there's a bad thing that happens in someone's life, as your children, if it happens to their mum or their dad, or they get this trigger moment, it's like trauma, and they only remember that. So they tend to set their whole childhood around what happened there. Don't matter how good you was, mum, I remember that, yeah, but it's not always correct. Now, there was a situation with my children where my son got the complete wrong end of the stick about where we lived, because he was trying to tell me about myself, what a crap parent I was, but he got it all wrong. What he done is, my daughter and my son, as children, they didn't get on. They had different dads, so they weren't the same people. So my daughter would be very jealous of my son would be very jealous of my daughter, and it was a very nightmare situation because my son's dad never ever saw him, but my daughter's dad used to pick her up on his motorbike all the time. So there was a lot of jealousy about who had their dad and who didn't, and it was horrible, and I was always at work. So my son got told by my daughter that I tried to drown him in the bath. Now, I've never, ever been like that. Never. And I know I would never do that. Now, I remembered after about 2 months, I was mortified. Like Jake said, I remember. Now, she told him so many lies because my daughter's a pain in the arse, mate. Trust me. She's 34 and she's still a pain in my arse. I don't even talk to her. But, so she could be quite vindictive. And my son is like me. He will believe whatever you say. Not now. When he was younger, he would. And he'd be like, oh my God. Well, Nikita knew that I was quite close to my son because he didn't have as much attention as my daughter did with her dad. So when my daughter went away, I used to always spoil my son because she got spoilt at her dad's. Then she'd come home and my son would rub it in her face, as you do. But he was a dear little soul, my son. He was a dear little soul. And he never complained and he never had anyone around him and he just had me. And my daughter made up stories and told him that one time I was in the bath with him and I tried to drown him. Now, I don't know what the hell she was going on about. Look at my angels. So I tried to sift through the whole of their childhood, what happened. And I remember the day. Now, this must have been about months later, probably about a year. And I remember the day, and it wasn't even where they said we lived. It was completely different. And my friend was there. My friend I was friends with forever. So, yeah, so when I mentioned it to my son after he was traumatised, didn't want to talk to me, and said, you tried to drown me, Keita told me, blah, blah, blah. So when I told him about what I remembered, he was like, oh, I remember living there. Oh, I remember that day. And then I was like, yeah, I didn't try and drown you. He was messing around while he was in the bath. I can't remember the full story, but it was completely wrong what my daughter said. Now, this is what I'm saying with you. This might be something to do with your past, that maybe someone got it wrong. Maybe you fell out with this person because they got the whole story wrong and you couldn't be bothered to explain it. It could be a brother or a sister. You might have fell out with this brother or sister through this. This might not even be to do with childhood. This might be me just channeling to say this is your brother or sister who you haven't seen since childhood, or maybe you got on through childhood and now you don't know. I think this is a brother and sister. This is 3 men or 2 men and a woman. Now, your sister could have had a bunny rabbit or you could have had a bunny rabbit, but I'm just feeling, for some reason, there's something that's going to return to your life, and it's to do with children, but there's an issue. Now, you, like I said, it could be you that might not remember something that went on. You might have got it wrong. You might have distilled it in your head, and you might be realising now as you got older that this is not what happened, or somebody might have lied to you. Now, I don't know. I'm just trying to, get what it could be, but I don't know yet. But you'll know, all right? I know it probably sounds confusing, but what I'm saying is, from years and years ago, sometimes you can be distorted what you think, and you can. Sometimes you're not, and you know full well, no, I remember. I remember well. But we don't always remember the same when we're children. So you will know anyway, but we have 6 is a number and 14. There's going to be a fair decision about this. Number 8 could be a Leo. You have concerns about this, but there's nothing to worry about, okay? You've got concerns. You need to stand your ground on a situation. Know that Divine is behind you. Divine light will light this situation until it's being healed. This situation is all being healed behind the scenes with a helper. Could be someone you wrote a letter to or you've had discussion with. I'm getting property, and I am. I'm getting an older gentleman talking to another older gentleman on a wall, discussing either a property or land. It's something to do with you. I don't feel this is a relationship at all. I feel this is something to do with in your life. But it may be, but I'm not feeling it. But something's being healed. Right? Take the time to review again. Review all the details. You've had this twice. You need to review something. Read something. Listen. You need to forgive something as well. It will bring peace to everybody involved, okay? So you've got here, review the details, and then, where did we have it there? Wasn't it there? Review the details. I remember, never find it afterwards. Once you start reading, you just lose where you are, because we're so in our head with pictures and thoughts, and so there's going to be a fair decision. You could be a Leo dealing with a Leo. There's going to be a win-win situation. It's going to be fair, and it's going to be okay. Don't overthink this, all right? I think this is all going on in the background. And then life will start moving after this. But you've got to get moving. There you go, reviewing the details. You might need to get moving on reviewing the details about something the best you can, all right? And then get to grips with it. Get this moving, whatever this is. But it might get you in your emotions, but this might be to do with memories. It is important for you to remember your past accurately without seeing it as better or worse than it was. People you used to know may return to your life like unexpectedly. Children could be an important issue. This might be an older child that's going to turn up, like I said, or it might be a brother or sister. This feels very masculine, and it does. The only feminine I can feel in this is the little girl with the rabbit with her little slippers on. But I feel like someone might have wrote you a letter. Right, I'm getting confused there. When I don't get it, I don't mind, but I get annoyed because I want to know. But sometimes I can't tell you anything else. All I can tell you is it's going to be okay. I'm not going to get much out of this, guys, today, and I'm not. Let's have a look and see. So what is the steps forward for this? Study. Right, you need to let something... Like, you need to learn something, study something. You might need to learn from someone else. This might not be a love relationship, but focus on things of value. So you might need to just focus on things of value, right? It says, let love show you how to learn from each other. But I feel this is something you've got to learn from each other, whatever you're dealing with. I don't feel this is a love read, and I don't. You need to focus on something you value. I think this is about something you value, like a property. I'm going to leave it there because I'm feeling like I've done all I can do with this one, and I am. Because I don't want to keep repeating myself, but sometimes it happens. And so we got about B-O-U-T, or that could be something to do with where Tunbridge Wells I just got. Tunbridge Wells. Where the bloody hell's Tunbridge Wells? Where's Tunbridge Wells? Is that Kent? Oh, I'm really cold. That's by the water, Tunbridge. I know Tunbridge Wells. Not I know it, but I've heard of it. But I just heard Tunbridge Wells. That must resonate with me. Let me know in the comments, guys. So if you like the channel, like it. If you haven't subscribed, why not? You don't know what you're missing. And hit that like button, please. I've probably said it already. My head's up my arse today. It really is. So I've got a lot going on, guys, and but I'm safer indoors. And my phone's off. The only person I'm talking to on my phone is Ricky, who gave me my car. You're the only person I'm messaging on my phone. I can't want to talk to anybody, and I don't. So I love you guys, and I do. Have a nice day. Namaste. And thanks for coming to my channel. You might be from New York City, because sometimes when I wear this jumper, it resonates, and it does. New York. I love that song. Angels, New York. Oh, I love it. And I love you. And I do.